are on.
Am I good?
You're good, and I love this title screen.
Well, this is just the tip of the iceberg, let me tell you. But what's up, everybody? I'm RJ. I'm going to be running Hylics 2. Before we get started, I think the pressing question is there was a bid war for the main character Wayne's outfit. Do we have a winner?
Yes, we do, and it is the ever so sleek black jumpsuit.
Nice, nice. I like it. So that's the default costume. So we're also, chat and everybody donating saved time already. So congrats. I guess we'll just get started here. So timing starts when I click new game. I'll give you a 3 count. 3, 2, 1, and go. So there's a quirky little cutscene here, but we're not going to watch it because it's the only cutscene in the game that we can actually skip. Do a quick little menu so we can always be running. And then we're going to go run around Wayne House a little bit here. We got an item that we need to grab in the basement here. Some juice. We'll need it later, trust me. And before we leave, we got to pet the Wayne larva for good luck. Rub his little head. Isn't that sweet? Now that the run's blessed, we can continue. But before we leave, we got to make one little detour to see our Papa Old Wayne. I don't know if he's actually the Papa, but that's what I'm going to call him. But we need to jump on his head so we can get this sarcophagus that has long gloves in them. What do the long gloves do, you ask? Well, they're weapons. Every weapon in this game is based on like fingers and hands, and you'll see why once we actually get into like a battle. But Hylics 2 is a super interesting game. As you can tell, the art style is very unique. It is all 3D scanned clay models and pixel art and stop motion animation. So basically everything that looks 3-dimensional here is like a 3D scanned model of something, of whatever you want to call these things. So we're in the first town here. All we're really doing here is we're gonna gather some stuff, and that juice we gave, we're gonna give it right to this guy, because he's gonna give us a key to his house, right? Seems normal. And we're gonna immediately take that key and go into his house. It's a pretty cool house, just wait. Oh, gotta dodge the diddly boppers here. His house is just this computer screen. But in Hylics 2, that's how you learn magic skills, or just skills in general. And that's our first skill, Soul Crisper. And what it does is really not important. All you need to know is that it's a damage over time skill, because they all kind of function the same way. We're gonna get another damage over time skill, but there's no elements or anything in this game. It is a turn-based RPG, but there's no leveling or anything like that.
I hate myself that I've played Hylics 2 and I had no idea where to turn that juice in. Just gonna take some notes here.
Well, don't feel so bad. This game gives you almost no guidance. So the fact that you can navigate it is a victory in itself. But we recruited our first friend, Pangorma, and if you've played Hylics 1, you'll probably recognize him. Oh gosh. Almost rolled right into the water. That would send us back to Wayne's house. We don't want to do that. Pangorma, an original character from the first game. So in this area, we don't actually have anything important, per se, to advance the game at all. Ooh, I thought I was going to run into that chicken, or whatever it is. Just a quick note, getting into a fight with anything in this game, other than what we're trying to fight, is bad. Every fight is super slow and like their own little boss encounter inside of themselves. We will do our absolute darndest to not fight anything other than bosses. Because if we do, there's an auto wipe skill that instantly just wipes out the party and lets us like reload or whatever, and we will do that instead of fighting anything. Go back to Wayne's house. So that's our second damage over time skill. Basically what we're getting those for is that they apply in all of the fights damage over time. I'm sure we're all familiar with that. But everything kind of does like a flat amount of damage in this game. Like we know how much damage everything will do every time we do it. And having a damage over time skill applied in a battle is basically just having an extra person attack. So they're super valuable in speeding up most of the fights. But now that we got Pangorma and all of that stuff, we're gonna go take that stuff to this place up here to save a person and do more stuff. I know it's a riveting story. Trust me, if you get into it, it's worth it. So that's what we're gonna do. Things. Yeah, it's just Hylics stuff. If at any point during this run you're confused, just think it's just Hylics, and then it all clears up. So here we go. Third character, another familiar face. That's Deduzmoln. He gives us a paddle to this canoe. What a guy. Oh, good positioning. Please don't look at me. So if enemies aren't looking at you, they won't get aggroed to you, which is good. Well, like I said, we're going to avoid everything in this game that's not a boss as best as possible. So there's the faster way through that, but that's like the safer version of that cycle. I'll opt to take it. But this dodge right here is like my least favorite in the game, and I am actually going to save the game. Leave us alone, bud. Can I get in front of him? No. Why? There is a dodge mechanic that lets you roll through enemies, but it doesn't work very well. Ooh, that was close. Alright, so easy dodge, lucky dodge. We're going to save again because this is the actual boss. And before we do that, we have a menu we're going to do real quick. Long gloves. We're going to put the long gloves on Wayne. Oh, we forgot the boots. That's okay. We'll be fine. And then brain digits on Pangorma. Save one more time. I meant to save before the menu. Or after the menu. But this is the first boss of the game. This is Vuax, and this is arguably the hardest boss of the game. Because you fight these 4 guys and Vuax, and there's... just by sheer numbers, these people could just do damage. Like, if this turn goes where they all decide to attack the same person, they just die. And it's just how it goes. So not looking great. We're going to use a cupcake to heal up Pangorma here. And that'll heal, I think, 40% damage and add defending status, which is nice. Oh boy. They do not like... our friend Wayne here, so we're gonna heal him up too. So we're just gonna start peppering all of these little guys, because if they're damaged, there's a chance that they'll run away. Oh boy. We're gonna just use Deduzmoln to keep healing. Okay, so this is actually good. Attack him. Wayne hit that guy. Oh, he didn't die. Bummer. Okay. We should be okay. So what Vuax is going to do here is he's going to basically release like a discharge that's going to kill everything around him minus the 2 Tyros around him that aren't hurt right now. Oh, wow, he actually killed Pangorma. That's sad. We're gonna have to take a turn healing, because now this is sketchy. That's actually fine. Thing, cupcake, heal. I'm gonna have to kill these guys, at least, because that other one's gonna call in another person. There's nothing I can do about it. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, so we're doing it again, I guess. Defending ourselves. This is a really wacky fight. Oh, that might be bad. Okay. So we're gonna use Deduzmoln's special skill here, which is called Foam Armor, which gives him 50 more health and a full heal, because, geez, we need it. Alright, we're gonna do... God, leave me alone! Soul Sponge that we picked up for safety. See if Wayne can survive. You're gonna lower Vuax's defense again. A cupcake? Excuse me, sir? Get rid of that cupcake. Get that out of here. Oh my gosh, Vuax, please. Oh my gosh. Okay, we don't have anything else. We're just gonna have to kill. We're gonna have to try and win the old-fashioned way. So Wayne's gonna die again. This whole fight just might be a GG, because he's gonna heal with a cookie here, and there's not much we can do about it. This is going poorly, because not only is this taking a long time, he's gonna die. Oh man! Wow, that's so unfortunate. That's a lot of time. Oh, we're gonna have to try again.
Well, we get to see the fantastic game over.
Yeah, we get to see the Wayne face melt game over screen. All right, well,
what I see so many times playing this game.
Yeah, and if you play this game casually, this is something you will see a lot. The game is designed for you to lose a lot.
You're not wrong.
Because like I said, every encounter is like this. Like, this is a boss fight, but I mean, if you were to get into a fight with something on the way, it's just like this. It's just as challenging. I'm going to Cupcake Wayne. They're really not making this easy on me at all. Jeez. Hopefully when we hit some of these tyros, they run away. Go away. Please leave. No, don't stab me. Oh, boy. Jeez. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Gorma hit this guy, and then Wayne is going to cupcake himself. We're going to do it this time, I promise. It's okay. We got an extra buddy, but you know, more fun for us. Look at his cool little dance. Oh, okay, now you leave. All right, let's just give him a little taparoo so Vuax can deal with them. So we're hurt, but that's okay. We're about to go as hard as we possibly can right now. We're probably gonna lose people in the process, but it's gonna be worth it. Wow, he outsped Vuax. I didn't think that was gonna happen. So he always uses a cookie once he's below a certain threshold. And now we're gonna add our second damage over time. We'll get through this. You and me, chat. We're gonna get through it. But not before he takes someone else? Ah, no, he chose the wrong person. Luckily for us, so yay, he's dead. That was terrible, but at least we know it probably can't go much worse than that, right?
You say these things.
You can trust me. Trust your old pal, Uncle RJ. He knows. He knows. So that's down. We get a key. We came here to rescue somebody. Long story short, we got the key to go do that. So let's go do that. Just gonna float nice and casually down. Before I do... Okay, we have plenty of money. We needed to make sure we had enough money before we leave here. Where is he? Oh, of course. What are you doing? Leave me alone! This is scary. Oh my god. Oh my god. We're gonna make it. Oh my god. We're free. Back to Wayne's house. Back to safety. You can't get us now. We've used the mini crystal. Sheesh. This game wants it to be as exciting as possible. So we're gonna go up and get clean real quick. Anytime you heal at like a tub or a sink or something, it's a full heal and it applies clean status. Clean makes it so until your second turn comes up, you can't be affected by status effects. And this is gonna be very important for the next fight. Defeat. Oh my god. Hey, we made it. We made it to town. We beat the next boss, the ledges of this game. Jeez. If you've ever played this game, you'll know that it's kind of wacky because the grounds look like they're not flat and they aren't. You'll just launch off into edges and hit things that you didn't think you could quite frequently.
And you are so much better with your directional floating than I could ever be.
Oh man, if you think this is good, I don't even know what to tell you.
You haven't seen my floating. We don't talk about that.
So you'll notice we made a stop. One of the people we rescued was that shop owner, and we went there to buy multi-copies because we need the energy. But we also need the multi-copies for the next 2 fights. But now we talk to our good friend, the person we actually went to rescue, and we get a neat little cutscene here. $100 to anybody in chat who knows what's going on here. I'm just kidding. I don't have $100, but this cutscene's pretty wacky. Long story short, there's a cult of people trying to resurrect the game's first boss, Gibby, and this is them doing that. But it's also a good time if there's anything to read.
So this is bringing back fun stuff. So yeah, as a reminder, we do have a couple bid wars up and going. We have the Bug Snacks Grumpus color. Yellow's just dominating. I mean, it's legitimately dominating. So if you want to see orange, green, or black as the color, you got to give it some love and a lot of love. We also have the Arkham Knight skin choices again. It can be 1989 Batman Beyond, the 2016 Batman v Superman, the default, or the 2008 Dark Knight skin. Feel free to shout out your love for one of those. And then for Lost Kingdoms, you can name the deck as long as it stays within 8 characters and is, well, I guess you could say family friendly. So feel free to put your donations towards any of those.
Great. So if you've played the first Hylics, I'll mention, you know that there's like an airship and everything, and you can fly around a little bit. The airship in this game is quite different because the world's like fully 3D. And like when I got into the airship for the first time, that's when I looked at the game. I was like, wow, this is impressive. Like all of this is clay, scanned models and stuff. Quite interesting.
100% same.
We're making a slight detour here. We don't need to come here, but this ability on this TV is actually super important. It's called Charge Up. And while it's not really useful for most things we'll do, it's useful for one thing and one thing alone. It takes Dedusmold's foam armor when he charges up and applies it to the entire party. So basically we get 4 uses of foam armor, which full heals and gives everybody 50 more health for a limited amount of time. And we can use 2 turns to get 4 moves out of it. Extreme value and that extra health and stuff is really what's gonna drive us to be able to fight a lot of the bosses later. The 2 bosses later on. 3. I remember what's going on. Trust me. I'll just keep saying it. Just trust me. We're all in this together. But here we are. We're actually supposed to be here, whether you believe it or not. This is the Juice Farm. We're coming to get our last buddy and my personal favorite character, Sam Snowsa. So this fight's a little strange. Really what we're gonna do here is keep attacking that character on the right because it counterattacks by putting everybody to sleep, or puts everybody to sleep. But since we have clean status on everybody, it actually doesn't put them to sleep. So we'll just keep attacking them and putting them to sleep, because if you notice, one thing in this game, animations are very slow. So if we ever have an opportunity to make things not do things, we take those opportunities. So we're just gonna focus here, because doing the damage here is a little different. So I'm trying to pay attention to make sure I don't lose track of what's going on. Because if I attack the wrong person at the wrong time, they'll wake up. And we don't want that. Just listen to the music. It's great music. You hear it a ton if you're playing casually, but thank goodness the soundtrack to this game is just absolutely amazing.
That is a word.
It's really good. There's some wackiness, but there's like a lot of really like great music. Oh, Wayne died. That like never happens. This fight, nobody ever dies, but here we are, dying away. But there we go, we got him. Not the end of the world. As we said, this isn't your typical RPG. People living through fights doesn't matter even a little bit. So before we leave, we'll grab some more gloves out of the fridge, slap some bugs, because this is how we get our health back if we're not gonna go bathe. We're gonna smack a lot of bugs just to make sure, and then check our health. Looks great. And stop to this rancher, because he's gonna give us a nice little poncho, and then we're gonna do a menu. Okay. So she can keep those, and she gets the, nope, rancher poncho. He gets the, do him next, because I actually messed up the menu a little bit beforehand, so we gotta compensate. Rain digits, faded poncho, long glove, boots. So Somsnosis shouldn't have anything. Oh, she has long, oh right, we have an extra pair of long gloves. Don't worry, I got it. We're good. We're out. We're out of here. But recruiting our fourth character, Somsnosis, so what really happened is after we helped her get rid of those enemies who had snuck into the ranch in that kind of pod thing that was on the ground there, she gave us a key to this facility because we need to enter it to turn off a shield that's keeping us from getting to that cult that's trying to resurrect Gibby. This is one of the more interesting parts of the game. There's a lot of different things this game does. Like aside from it just being 3D scanned clay models, it'll do a lot of different areas, different side mini games or optional dungeons. This one being the worm pod maze, which as you can tell kind of forms as you're running through it. Luckily for you guys, I actually know what I'm doing at this part. It may not look like it to this point in time, but I promise I know exactly where to go. Look at us. Like it's nothing. Oh my goodness. That was something. That's okay, because you actually don't want to get through this maze that fast. That part was really tripping me up, because if you're too quick, you could actually run into an enemy that's here. Where is he? Get away from me. Alright. So we were even a little slower than we needed to be, so it was a little dicey, but as long as you stand far, far away, you're okay. But just like that, we're through the worm pod maze, and we're actually to the next boss, which is always a fan favorite. So we're gonna save it, because this one could go south. It's a lot of RNG, but most of the time it's okay. It's a worm! What are we fighting a worm for? Who knows? But we'll use that charge up skill with the Desmold here, because we want to get that foam armor out as quickly as possible. Soul Crisper, because we want to get our damage over time out as quickly as possible. Wayne, he's going to use Nematode Interface, which looks like it applies a leaking status, which it kind of is, but it's really just another damage over time animation. There's no distinction between them, other than maybe like some damage values. So in NBD, we're using more coffee, because if we don't, the worm will put us to sleep this turn. There's our foam armor to beef us up. It'll get rid of the leaking that I think Wayne had. He just snaps. And Wayne's gonna use his special skill, Dissolution. It's this like drippy clump. And what it does is it reduces damage from the enemy by 20%. And then now we just kind of snap it out and hope it plays out in our favor. Really all we're looking for is for this worm to not do 100 kicks or whatever the move is called. It hits everybody 4 times and it's really slow. Almost somebody is guaranteed to die every time it happens. So we should be okay here. Bunch of single attacks, nobody getting killed, makes this fairly easy.
I like how there's a question in chat saying, so this is what happens when you design a game in quarantine.
Yeah.
It explains Hylics 2. It does not explain Hylics 1, though.
No, there's a... If you've come to Hylics 2 from Hylics 1, you're already in way too deep.
Yeah, you are.
Pandemic loneliness can't even stop. You can't be stopped.
You did not learn your lesson, so accept your fate.
Oh, man. All right, so it's just time to leave. We killed the worm. We destroyed the shield. It's time to get out of here. But instead of running back to the ship, we're going to use the water reset to get us back to our ship a little quicker. Now I get like a little bit of extended flying. So nice music. Very chill. We can all sit here in our thoughts, ponder what's happened so far, be horrified at what's to come. You know, life.
Just questioning all of the life choices that have led to this moment right here.
As I fly to this rock, I question what I did today, everything I thought about and why I thought about it. And now we're here and I can focus again.
Hey!
Woohoo! We made it. All right. This area is called Foglast, and it's a big dungeon with lots of things to do, and we're not going to do any of it. We're just going to get in and get out real quick, but we got a little bit of stuff to do, but just not a lot. There's a lot to do, but only a little required. So we're just using ledges and things to glide across to other areas that we might not be able to reach otherwise. This area is like a perspective nightmare. You cannot tell, unless you've been in the area a bunch, what is above or below other portions of the level. Like when I did a dash across the gap there, I had no idea that they were even at the same level the first time I did. It was a total accident. And I was like, time save? So that's just how this place works. It just looks weird. But we'll make use of this mini crystal again, take us back to spawn because it's faster than running. This mini crystal is actually pretty interesting because it was introduced, I believe, during the beta as a way to help people stop getting stuck and not soft locking themselves by being stuck. But it was something that just never got removed from the game, so naturally we took to that as a way of moving around a lot faster. And it really does help. All right, so we go down, we pushed a button, we went down there, grabbed a key. Now we're gonna come back here and do some other things, and then we'll be a-okay. Can we beat him? That's okay, he's gonna get distracted. Like, how are those on the same level? How is this on the same level as that? What is everything? Blew my mind.
I just find it amusing you're trying to apply logic to Hylics.
Yeah, I know, that's your first mistake. So now we're at the temple at the end. Really not much more of any puzzle nonsense going on here. We have one more button to push. This game likes pushing buttons. Literally and figuratively. But like I said, we already had the world's worst first boss fight ever, so what else could go wrong? Don't ask. No, you're thinking it. And there's stuff that could go wrong, but I'm not gonna tell you. That's just not fun. So we're gonna do some, I kind of forgot what this menu was, but we'll get there. Tendril hands. He needs boots. Who has boots they're not supposed to? Hello? Why do you have boots? You need this. We'll get there, don't worry. Boots. Wait, what? Oh, I just had a huge derp moment. Don't worry. We're good. He does get the boots. Because he gets the leather gauge, faded poncho. He gets the nope, not close. I was thinking of the next menu already, which is bad. I'm just gonna double check my notes and make sure I didn't screw that up because it's really important to not do that. Okay. Why do I feel like... Oh yeah, no, she needs that for the health. Wow, I really blanked. Sorry about that.
Alright, you're good.
I'm absolutely gonna save before this boss fight that's coming up. That should be plenty. We can save scum here if we needed to, but we don't. Because actually the worm was pretty nice to us. Didn't kill anyone. Save. And instead of talking to him, we're just gonna slap him to start that fight. There is dialogue, but you get to skip it. Dissolution. Is it gonna be the Desmond? Charge up. Bangorma Soul Crisper. So here we go. This fight has a gimmick. This is Odazir and Karsuro. Karsuro being on the right, Odazir on the left. And the whole gimmick is that Karsuro on the right is wrapped. Okay, good. He didn't do a lot of damage. That could have been bad, but we're good. He's wrapped, so if we spend a turn unwrapping him every turn, like you'll see we are going to, Odazir on the left will have to spend a turn re-wrapping him instead of attacking us. So that's kind of how we manage this fight, because these guys both have a lot of HP and they actually do a lot of damage if they're both just going at it. So that's how we kind of mitigate this fight and navigate it without much fodder effort. And then we'll just continually unwrap him until the turn where he's about to just be dead. And he'll keep doing his little, you know, globy wrap-up thing. Because sure. But now that we have a free turn with the Desmond after he's done using his foam armor, we'll start to work on Odazir a little bit so we can get the damage over time going. So we can just be continually hurting everyone. That was almost a big oopsies. Big oopsie daisy, but we made it. But here we go. So now we have our damage over time. So basically every turn, three extra people are attacking both of the enemies at the same time that all four of us are attacking. That's 10 total attacks per turn. So damage over time is just super strong and important. Let's do that. We'll see what kind of health our boy Karsuro is at here. I should die next turn. Don't hit Pangorma. Okay, thank you. That could have been bad. A lot of these fights are just kind of hoping that the bosses don't want to kill anyone. That's kind of just how we operate. So we can keep getting maximum damage out. This run, to get a decent time this game, a lot of the strats are just YOLOing through boss fights and praying. That's just rude. But it does stun Odazir for a turn, so we basically win for free now. People dying doesn't mean anything. Okay, thank you. And that's that. We can't rest easy, we gotta go right into another boss fight here. We weren't in time, unfortunately, to stop them from resurrecting Gibby, so we're gonna have to try and fight him right now. Now, this fight's really kind of strange. All we really want to see, there's a move where Gibby throws dynamite. We don't want to see that because that's really bad. But it almost never happens. So don't worry, because I'm sure it's not going to happen this time. Look at that face. It's a face only a mother could love. So we just start the first turn by snapping it out. We don't want to see the dynamite. No dynamite, Gibby. Don't do it. You don't want to do it. Chat, why? What did I do to you? What did I do to all of you? Well,
Ouch.
just kidding. That's supposed to happen. So now we get to watch Gibby make his castle. All right, admit it. Who did I trick? Who did I get? But anyway, so Gibby making his castle up in the sky. This is Highlands Island, which we will be going there. But first, we have to go to the Afterlife. And personally, I enjoy... The Afterlife has like 2 parts to the song. I really enjoy the whole thing. It's like super chill. As I guess you would assume the Afterlife would be. But here you go. If you've played Hylics 1, you might recognize sort of the design of these characters. As now that Gibby's back, everybody gets turned back into these giant bugs.
And also, there's definitely a few got-ems in chat, so well played.
Oh, it's fun. We're having fun. Okay, so things. Muscle applique. This just adds, we'll use all of them on Pangorma. This just adds a little bit of extra damage. Mini crystal back to Wayne's house, because we gotta grab our ship! But this is the best way to get there to get our ship. We're clean, right? I don't know if we are, so I can't remember if I talked to the tub. So
I believe you are clean.
Oh, yeah, I think we were, but just to be safe. There's not a lot that can go wrong in the end of the game, but that would definitely help. Oh my gosh. Why? I never do that. I pulled up too early. God. Glad I didn't follow through with that. I'll donate every time I fall off the map thing. Alright, here we go. Got our ship flying to Highlands Island. This is the biggest like dungeony area in the game. It's also the last dungeon in the game. Basically the same format though. We're gonna go here, we're gonna go there, we're gonna push a button, we're gonna grab a key, we're gonna not run into enemies, because that would be a lot of time lost. Okay, goo fountain. Oh no. I hope he didn't see me. We don't want to draw the aggro of any of these guys. This is gonna be really sketchy, actually. I'm gonna save. Because I can tell where the walk cycle of the one guy is. Oh, we got him. Okay, good. I knew he was going to be right on top of us, but for some reason we can jump over that wall. But sometimes you can miss the jump, and luckily we didn't. There's another dodge here. Gosh. Dodging should work in theory, but sometimes it just doesn't. So if it looks like I'm playing it up, I'm really not. I'm actually afraid. Oh, gosh, Jesus. Please.
Confirm.
Are you kidding
playing
me?
It up.
Yeah, we're not even testing that one. We're letting them go. We don't have even a remote ounce of time to try dodging that. So I have no idea where there's a guy up there's a guy up ahead. I have no idea where that guy's gonna be now. But maybe because we screwed that jump up, we'll be right back on track. Yeah, look, it's perfect. We just want to be behind him. Because, you know, he's behind us. He doesn't know we're here. Excuse me, sir. Hit fountain number 1. We got to drain a bunch of goo reservoirs. This is the first one. Use our mini crystal again. Take us to the last spawn point, which is the first place we entered. Alright, where is he? Oh my gosh. Okay. Leave us alone, bud. We just want to go down the hole. Please go down the hole. Okay, thank you. What? I think I've ever stood up there before. Alright, menu. Last menu of the game. Up. leather gauge, remove rancher poncho. This guy gets the brain digits and faded poncho. He gets the psychic knuckles and rancher poncho, and then our good old buddy Wayne here gets the tenderlands and some booderinos. So all the menuing we're doing for this fight is just to make sure that when we get to the last boss that everybody is faster than him. So the way we have it set up there with the items and the stats they add, that should be the case. We also always give our strongest weapon to Pangorma. Just weapons do a flat amount of damage overall. So who has, oh gosh, we want to slap this bug. Big bugs count as a full heal, so we didn't need that. I don't know why I slapped him. Because it was, oh my goodness. We almost ran right into him because I was thinking about the big bug I slapped for no reason. I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh, we always give our strongest weapon to Pangorma just because he does the most damage. And so we're always having him attack in our schemes to do damage in the boss fights. But otherwise, it really doesn't matter who has what because everything's a flat damage. I hate this dodge a lot. Oh my god. Because if you get caught on the stair, this side of the stairs, there, why are you there? All right, we're gonna make a save real quick, and then we're gonna actually load that save, because this is gonna adjust our spawn point to here, which is nice for when we use the mini crystal. We're gonna grab a key that's like almost right down here. And then we're just gonna mini crystal back up there. Oh, mini crystal, not load. Mini crystal to save the day. All right, he's not here. Where is he? Okay. All right, where's the other one? Okay, they cooperated on the climb up. What absolute gentle things. We're here. So literally just on top of this trampoline, last boss of the game. One last save just for good measure. It's pretty hard to lose to this boss, no meme. But it can happen, but we're prepared. Let's see if we can get it. Nice, there we go. Now they'll do little twirlies in the air while we talk to him. I like doing that. You get a lot of funny reactions when you talk to people while flying. So this is Gibby. You'll notice right away, every time he's attacked, he summons a minion as a counter move. This is actually good for us. Pending that Gibby doesn't do a certain move turn one, and that move is called Killer Trees. And I know I've hurt your trust, but promise me I do not want to see it. I am serious. It just throws the whole cycle off. It's not going to make anything harder or anything like that. It's just going to make it a little slower and a little bit more finagling to do correctly. But yeah, this is Gibby. He also has a slapper of a song. Don't do it, man. Don't you do it. Okay, good. He didn't do it. All right, we're going to be dandy for the rest of this. It went from being scary to free. Oop. Until I screw that up. But now we're going to charge up. Because now that Gibby hasn't done Killer Trees, we can make him do Killer Trees every other turn for the rest of the fight. And what Killer Trees does is it wipes out all of the enemies around him and does percentile damage to us. So even though we're all hurt, it's not going to kill any of us. And since there's already 6 minions, we get like a free no summon animation. Go right into Killer Trees. So here you go. Pretty pretty zany animation. But see, just percentile damage like it's nothing. Don't do it. We want to use our foam armor. So we're pretty much in the clear now. We're just going to keep attacking him. This is turn 3. The next turn we're going to want to re-up Soul Crisper. Just for timing's sake. Now, since we have it set up the way we want to see it, this should end up where Gibby has 1 health left after using Killer Trees a 3rd time. So we still have to go through this cycle another time. Desmond doesn't need to do anything yet, just attack. But we're gonna use Soul Crisper just with Samsnosa. Doesn't really matter who we do it with. We just need to re-up the damage over time. Keep summoning minions. We love to see it, because it forces him to do killer trees. So this is the second time. And now we get to show off another neat little animation. One of the items we picked up for necessity and safety sake is a cloud germ, which we're going to use right now. And what that does is look super cool, but what it does is heals everybody to full and restores 50% of their will. So we need those. Now, hopefully we only need one. So this is turn 5. So we should be able to end the fight on the first turn of turn 7 with Dedusmal. Hits Pangorma, but we don't care. We just need to pay attention a little bit though, because we want to use lightning with Pangorma. That'll be like the extra bit of damage we need. Because lightning isn't a very useful skill on its own. It does 175% damage, but it also stuns Pangorma for a turn. So 2 turns does 200% damage, whereas 175 damage and a stun is less than 2 turns. So it's actually, if you use lightning without charging Pangorma up, which removes the stun that happens to him, it's actually completely pointless to use because he actually does way less damage than he should. That's why charge up really isn't super cool. Hey, look, Pangorma has 1 health, Gibby has 1 health, Wayne and some. Look at all the 1 health, but we win. It's just like that. Honestly, Gibby's probably the easiest boss in the game as long as you know, he doesn't do killer trees turn 1. You know, that's basically it for us. We have like a small section where we have to just kind of fly around and hit a button, and that's when time will happen. It's about, I don't know, probably about like a minute from now, maybe a little less. But I'll let you know. Just fall casually. Gibby's castle's destroyed. If you were feeling musical, you could play a little concert there.
I like a question in chat. Is this Dune the video game?
If you want it to be. So time's coming up right now. And GG, we did it.
GG, we survived.
Why, that was something. Oh boy. This is something too. I don't know if we have time to watch the cutscene. It's about 2 minutes, but I know I think we're running a little behind with difficulties. But I'll say my piece now. Thanks so much for having me, everybody. This run was quite the mess, but it was a lot of fun. Thank you for hosting. Thanks for letting me be a part of this amazing opportunity. I look forward to watching the rest of it. And good luck to everybody.
GG's, RJ. That was an experience. And if you never played a Hylics game, please do.
I mean, look at it.
Great.
Yeah, like, this is really, I enjoy this just a lot because it's just the artist, Mason Lindroth, really just doing whatever he wants. Showing off that he can make weird stuff and make it look cool at the same time. And you get to see the Wayne plane.
I think this is my favorite shot in the entire ending right there.
Yeah.
Just why?
Yeah, this whole thing is just a big why, and then we get the Pangorma breakdown. Oh, that's after this part. This is all the enemies we could have seen if we ran into them. We saw some of them.
There's a few.
There he is. Break it down for chat. Mid-spring speed fling. Yeah, he was pumped.
On that note, again, RJ, thank you for that fantastic Hylics 2 run of just literal mind-blowing proportions. Um, but I can't even brain anymore. My brain's done.
I can't brain
But
anymore. Have fun
yeah,
sleeping, everybody.
yes. Sit tight. Coming up next, we'll have, and now for something completely different, effectively, Saturn Bomberman Master Mode Any Percent from Hey It's Perks. So sit tight, everybody, and get ready for some more goodness.